So we have some monstrous news for Cardano. Whales buying is what we're told in the media, but we're going to dig into the cheeky crypto wallet portfolio and have a look at what is actually occurring. Lots of people talking about selling XRP, selling ADA. Is that the right move? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Let's do it. Okay, so we're going to start here. Cardano whale activity explodes to level not seen since November 2023. And again, look, we're looking details here. This is from March. We've got whale transaction exceeds 100K in value, has exploded to the highest amount since November 8th, if I can get my words out. The spike in activity whale wallet historically correlates with the potential price reversal as the market has shrunk minus 43% since March 13th. So look, really interesting stuff. But look, when we have a look at our data here in the Cheeky Crypto membership website, we can see here wallets with over 100,000 ADA is, I guess a day ago's increased by 0.03%. In the last 7 days, 0.07%. 14 days, 0.05%. But over 30 days, we're minus 0.10, and then so on, right? Like, there's not a huge amount. Now, if we actually have a look at wallets with a million, we've actually seen a bit of a drop from sort of March, from going into April, really, and it's kind of leveled off. But look, there's a lot to really consider when you think about what is actually going on in the market, right? We've got Cardano reaches milestone whale interest in a couple of altcoins, additionally to Cardano, right? And basically the where is it? Let me find it here. Cardano crosses the 10 million native tokens. Now, I did talk about this before, but I really wanted to just revisit this particular aspect of things because I think this is early signs of the, I guess, interest in the Cardano ecosystem. Like seeing lots of native tokens, being built on the Cardano ecosystem is really a great positive sign for the future of this bull run and longer, obviously, a longer time horizon for the Cardano ecosystem, because it means that you're going to have lots of altcoins, lots of projects building and coming to fruition shortly in preparation for a bull run, right? So the fact that we've got lots of people building on the Cardano ecosystem has got to be seen as a positive thing, right? Like, there's a lot of negativity out there, particularly around, people saying Cardano is a ghost chain, saying that projects don't succeed on Cardano. Like, the list goes on. But it shows that there's, still a lot of popularity when it comes to the Cardano ecosystem. It tells us that there's a lot of interest, right, in Cardano. It tells us that, money will come in, is kind of like my thoughts on it. But you let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. There's still lots of negativity surrounding Cardano. If we have a look here, sell Ripple XRP and Cardano ADA right now to buy ETF swaps, ETFS, crypto billionaire says. So look, this is, again, just really interesting, right? Like, I've been on record saying that we should be positioning ourselves for the Ethereum spot ETF. My stance on this is not to really sell any of my other crypto holdings. And I'll tell you why I think that this is a really bad idea to sell your XRP and Cardano. I do think that this is the sort of stuff that big money wants you to do and will encourage you to do. But hear me out, right? Like, I'll just talk about my stance on it. Like, keep my Cardano, keep my XRP, keep my other altcoins, my portfolio as it is, and put fresh money into, things that are going to potentially increase due to the Ethereum spot ETF. I really do think that we are going to see something similar to what we saw with Bitcoin, right? And that was, we saw Bitcoin obviously, peak in the lead up to the approval, then sort of pull back. But we did see L2s do really well. So what we've been doing here at Cheeky Crypto, and I will say again, we predicted an ETH spot ETF. We said it'd be inevitable. And I'll come on to why we shouldn't be selling XRP and Cardano in a moment. But we're getting into, or have been getting into Ethereum and layer 2s for Ethereum, right? We've been doing this for some time. Members get to see all our buys, our sells. Go check out the link in the description of the video. We have a free Discord as well. Get closer to us, have more meaningful conversations with us for absolutely nothing. Link in the description of the video. But why do we not want to sell XRP and Cardano? In my opinion, obviously not financial advice. It's just my opinion. Before the Bitcoin spot ETF was approved, I said we would get an Ethereum spot ETF. I said a few months later, we will get other altcoins. So basically how I forecast this actually happening is I forecasted the Bitcoin ETF rolling out of Bitcoin into Ethereum ETF, rolling out of that into several altcoins. And altcoins that I believe are going to get a spot ETF, XRP's got to be right up there. It's one of the only altcoins with clarity that it's not a security. So I think XRP is right up there. I also think Solana, just because of the amount of, institutional money that's already in it, big money, big players, how corrupt the world is. I just expect Solana to, by default, because of that, get a spot ETF. And I think Cardano as well. I've highlighted Cardano, Chainlink, Avalanche as other altcoins. Matter of fact, I did a video a while back talking about altcoins that do have a really good chance of getting a spot ETF. I did a whole video on it. Go check that out. It's maybe 2 or 3 videos back on the channel. But look, I think that it would be a mistake to sell Cardano or XRP. It's just my opinion. You let me know your thoughts and opinions on this in the comments below. Really interested to know. And if you enjoy the content, hit the like button, subscribe, and tap that bell so you don't miss any other videos. But the market right now, we've got, let me just refresh this, just make sure it's all up to date. There we go. So we got $2.55 trillion. We're up 0.42% at the time of recording. We've got Bitcoin reclaiming $68,500, up 1.10% at the time of recording. We've got Ethereum at 3,822, up 0.23%. Matter of fact, we can already see that we're doing really well with the purchases on all those pullbacks that we made. So yeah, really interesting to see that. And we've got Cardano back down in 10th, flipped by Toncoin, 45 cent 08, down 0.44%. And obviously Toncoin is up 7.62%. Look, just be mindful of this one. Really interesting to see what's going on with this particular coin. With coins disappearing, reappearing, and all that sort of nonsense. Questionable activity on Toncoin. Billionaire here says that it makes sense for countries to hold Bitcoin in dual currency environment. So again, just talking about the different price predictions based on historic cycles. Again, just really interesting. I'm going to drop this in our Discord for people to read through at their leisure. Again, I would take what these guys say with a pinch of salt. But I think it's really interesting. We've got the Bitcoin ETFs aren't winning the hearts and minds of financial advisors. Now, why do I bring this up? I bring this up because I made a prediction, right? That was maybe a little bit off, at least to a point, right? And that prediction was that I thought it would be rather slow for the adoption of the Bitcoin spot ETFs, right? And to a point, I feel like I'm right. To a point, I kind of feel like I'm wrong. But really what I was getting at was a lot of these individuals that are, going to be pitching the spot ETFs that work for the banks, there are, I'm trying to think of the right word, that they're old school, right? And to be really quite clear, it's going to take them a long time to get their heads around the Bitcoin ETFs and really understand what it is. We know people that work in the banking sector, and they didn't have a clue what crypto was. So and that was just a few months back. So I want to be really quite clear. It's going to be a slow process to get these people onboarded, understanding and being able to pitch the ETFs in a really positive way. So look, it's almost 6 months, and a lot of advisors are still sitting out. But I do think that this will change. When it does, we'll start to see big money, even more big money roll in. So here's why Bitcoin needs to scale or have scaling solutions according to Binance. Again, like for a lot of people, they don't really understand this. You really do need layer 2's scaling solutions, even for Bitcoin. If you're going to start to get like mass adoption, real use for Bitcoin, same with all the altcoins as well. The really popular ones are going to need scaling solutions. Your Near protocol, your Cardano, like things need to be fast, and in order to deal with the amount of on-chain activity, you're going to need scaling solutions. You've got NFTs on Bitcoin now and various other things building on Bitcoin. So what we really do need is scaling solutions, and as it becomes more and more popular and there's more transactions, the more of a need there is going to be for scaling solutions for Bitcoin. So yeah, interesting stuff. I did want to talk about the fact that I still think that Bitcoin's got an awful lot of value to still be met when it comes to price discovery for Bitcoin. One of the things that I've talked about is pension funds. We're starting to see some pension funds start to get into Bitcoin here, right? Wisconsin investing in Bitcoin. Again, this is pensions. I bring this up because I think that we're going to be seeing 100, maybe 150k Bitcoin. We're going to need to see some of these pension funds and others start to invest in Bitcoin, right? So look, 5 catalysts that could propel Bitcoin price rally to 150k here. We've got obviously the Bitcoin halving. It's yet to have an impact, but that's normal. You get a period of sideways action, and then obviously you go up to the upside in the bull run, right? So look, nothing's really shocked us so far. We got crypto adoption through the ETF launching. Again, I think we're going to get more of this as we start to roll into those altcoins I mentioned earlier. The upcoming US election could bolster Bitcoin's price in the bull run. Look, what I would say is, I've got some political views on this. I think that the elections are going to play a role. Is it going to mean that the Fed pivot later, or are they going to pivot to really make it difficult for the person going into power? What a lot of people don't realize is when the Fed actually pivots, you get an almighty crash in stocks and crypto. So look, a prediction that we've got that hasn't come to fruition yet is a Fed pivot. We had Q3 as a month of thinking that this would happen. That was over 12 months ago that we made that prediction. And most people are kind of aligned to that. The only thing that stops that from happening, in my opinion, would be, I guess, the Fed delaying due to the elections, and that's why I bring it up. Then we've got interest rate cuts and monetary policy. This is what I'm talking about. A lot of people have this misunderstanding that the Fed will cut interest rates and then we're off to the moon. Now, initially, what happens is you get a crash. Now, the crash will be, I guess they've been getting shorter and shorter throughout history. But if you go actually have a look at the correlation with a Fed pivot and the S&P 500, you will see that there's a massive crash up to 70-80% in stocks, and then it rallies up. So expect a lot of volatility when the Fed pivot. It's going to surprise and shock a lot of people, but then the printing will happen, and risk assets will become more valuable, the likes of Cardano and so on. A reverse pattern to bolster prolong Bitcoin rally. Again, this is something that could potentially happen I think that really what I would take from this article is that, I think it's really the actual charts themselves will allow people to, think that, it's going to be a prolonged market. We saw this in the previous run back in 2020, 2021. So it's going to be really interesting. That's all I've got for you today. I think the things to really summarize would be the fact that Cardano is actually looking really popular, and whales are interested. Although we are going sideways, I would expect some big things to happen price-wise for Cardano in the future as more and more projects launch on the Cardano ecosystem. I wouldn't be selling Ripple XRP or Cardano's ADA. For the reasons that I believe that both will likely get a spot ETF in the future. And, Bitcoin is going to be, really exciting. We're starting to get, I guess, pension funds allocating and others. We've got the Ethereum spot ETF. And, basically we should be positioning before, that is fully approved and live into Ethereum and layer 2s to potentially ride that wave to the upside. But let me know your thoughts, your opinions in the comments below. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.